Good morning, family. Black Feniks checking in. I'm in Georgia right now. Just wanted to tune in with you, talk to you for a second about the early bird gets the worm. I know I got some family, some loved ones that's out actually on the grind this morning, and I just wanted to say something. It's going to take you to be persistent and to get up before the sun come up and actually make things happen sometimes. In life I have learned if you wake up an hour earlier than everyone else, you're gonna be ahead of the crowd. Because by the time they thinking, they mind get to activating and get to kicking in, you already in overdrive. But I think that you're gonna have to make those sacrifices first. So that way later, if you wanna sleep in or whatnot, you can. And to me, sleeping in is 6 o'clock to me. Normally I'm up way before then. But this morning I actually slept about 5, so that was good. I've been enjoying myself, spending time with my auntie and just not worrying about nothing, not thinking about nothing that matters at the moment. I can only do, certain situations you can only plant certain seeds. You can only get it lined out, and then you just pretty much gonna have to just stand and kind of let that seed that you planted grow some. So the early bird get the worm this morning. I know people are probably just now starting to move around, if some are moving around. It was Friday, and it's a lot of things going on. I would want to say I send my prayers out to those who are going through these storms. Any family members, loved ones, or just associates, anyone I know, or just people, period. Just want to send my prayers to those out there. May God be with y'all. Hope things work out safely. I hope nobody get hurt during this situation. And hopefully we can come together and be stronger people to build our communities back up. I watched an interview of a black man this morning that was an ex-NBA player, and he walked out the interview. The NBA been protesting. Good morning, good morning, good morning. The NBA been protesting, and some of the players didn't show up to the game due to the brother that got killed in Wisconsin. The police shot in the back. And it was kind of crazy when you see this video. Like, it makes you just think about what we're going through in this country. Like, the only reason certain people are not targeted is because they are chicks. The people that makes the money is not gonna dilute the chick if they still can get the money from certain people. So you get a pass. But if you just like the average person, they don't care about you. They'll do you just like they did that guy, just like they did George. And it's just crazy what we face in this country, and people try to be naive and act like that the racism, that the hate is not around. You can't let it consume you. But you do have to be conscious of what's going on around you, and especially when you're moving and you're traveling, and you got to be conscious, man. It's crazy. Everybody don't think the same, so you can only just move how you move and treat people the way you want them to treat you. That's what I try to do. I don't care who it is. I'm gonna treat you like I want you to treat me, and if you treat me disrespectful, then I'm gonna respond. But there's no reason to be all violent. One thing I was thinking about, we only have one life. One life, one body. You can turn that body into a nice body by working out. You can let it go and just let it be like, ugh. You can give up on life, but you only get that one body. Yep. You just said it. You said a mouthful just then, brother. And you know what? It just shows you how we have been manipulated, and we are being manipulated by finances and social statuses and being able to be in certain neighborhoods or whatnot, that we tend to sell out our people or think that, oh, everybody ain't like this. Well, I don't have a problem. I'm over here. They know nobody doing this to me, because some people have sold out completely. They don't think they don't really think they sold out. Sometimes it makes me wonder how some blacks in America feel like they have reached to a level of success where the racism and the hatred doesn't affect them, and that's not true. You know, we got the black man that was one of the richest black men in the country now that nobody really too much knew anything about until he started speaking about reparations, and now they trying to bring federal charges on him because he want to talk about reparations. So they going through his books to see if he did is there anything that he done did wrong that we can just shut his mouth, make him shut the fuck up. Man, now this man got some charges he working on because he's trying to do some righteous thing for the community. See, anytime somebody try to do something for us, you know what happened to him, right? They get silenced. Dr. King, once he figured out what was going on, silenced. Malcolm X, once he figured out the truth, silenced. We got so many brothers that have been silenced, sisters silenced, and it is what it is. And I don't think we should get discouraged to say, oh man, I'm through talking, I'm not going to stand up, they're going to kill me. I remember my mama telling me this one day. She said, son, we're not going to make it out this life alive. We're not going to make it out of here alive. It's just what it is. You're not going to make it out of here alive. So why try to save your life when you're going to lose it anyway? I'm not saying be naive and go out here and kill yourself. You know what I mean? Put yourself in a messed up situation. But if you stand for your people, if you stand for a cause, sometimes something might be required of that cause. I'm just cool with it, man. Whatever happens, it is what it is. I would rather die standing on the truth, speaking the truth, living the truth, than embracing a lie and spreading that lie. I'm not going to spread it. I'm not going to embrace it. So if I'm asked about the truth about the end, I'm just going to say, hey, this is what it is. But that's why I stress on the turning a trade into a business, because in order for us to be free in this country, in order for us to actually come together and really be strong with our powernomics, with our money, we're going to have trades and businesses. We're going to have to work together and form our own communities where our dollar stands for something. We're going to have to build up where our dollar means something. We shopping with our people on whatever they got. I think that's what we got to really start doing. So if the early bird gonna get the worm, man, especially our people, black natives, African Americans, Africans, whatever you want to call yourself, blacks, Negroes, we're gonna have to come together. We're gonna have to learn some finances. We're gonna have to learn some powernomics. We're gonna have to really take advantage of the skilled trades, because that's what builds the infrastructure of America. And if we can get into the skilled trades where we can build our own infrastructure, look how powerful we can be. We got our own electricians, welders, fabricators, plumbers, people that do everything that we need to build our infrastructure. We got it within ourselves. We've been working for other people all this time. I think it's time for us to start doing it for ourselves, or start coming together. I met a brother, my brother in Atlanta, we met up to talk about some of our goals with the container conversions. We want to start off with a 4 units, to rent out. We want to get 4 rental units, the small condo, like a condo studio type apartments. Come up with some studio type apartments out of the shipping containers, starting out small, and then we can multiply the numbers from there. But we have to start from somewhere. And 4 is a good number. He put that in my head, and now it's stuck. He was telling me how you want to have 4 and better to actually get the finances and get the come up that you're trying to get, and get the money you need to make a bigger move. So thinking 4s, I think in 3s, but thinking 4s too. So I add one more struggle to it, add one more hustle to it. I just think it's wise for us to figure out how we're going to get ourselves out the situation we're in. And one of the ways I feel is just coming together, man, just coming together, figuring out what we need to do, stand on something, and don't wave at it. You ever heard that saying, swear to your truth and change not? Like, you gonna have to stand on what you believe in, even when it hurts, even when other people are like, but I'm not going with that, I think that's some BS. We're gonna have to do it anyway. Like, we gonna have to know the difference. And there's gonna be opposition. There's gonna be people who gonna say they don't like you no more. Friends, jobs. People lose their jobs when they stand up for their skin. And it's kind of crazy, but it's life. And coming out here just helped me realize that I got to stay focused on what I'm doing, because I know with what I'm doing, the tool, what I'm trying to use with this Imagine Your Container and the welding and the hip hop, I'm knowing that I can really do something major once everything's, get the rolling good, because I'm teaching my brothers and sisters how to turn a trade into a business. I'm teaching them a trade. I'm teaching them just the tools you need to do business and to survive, just some survival skills on a different, unorthodox level, not something that you was told all the time, that was in the books. I'm just giving it to you from my personal experience. Hey, my personal experience. Good morning, good morning. And from what I've seen as an individual, being out here, so that's all I can do, man. I try to just lead by example. I'm not gonna tell you it's raining outside and it's not. I'm not gonna have you doing stuff. I'm not gonna say I'm something that I'm not. Like, I'm not with all that. I'm just me. This is Black Feniks. I did 10 calendars incarcerated. I've been running my business now since 2016 independently. And hey, I'm just who I am. I'm just trying to make something change, make something happen. Yes, hey brother, that's a good idea. So this brother just said that we got to support one another just like baby showers. And that's real, man. When we doing our businesses and we building up one another's, hey, a new brother got a baby shower, new brother got a business, let's come together, bring them some gifts, let's throw something, let's make them feel, celebrate them, let them know that, hey, you got a new life coming into the world. Because I realize that starting a business is like having a child. But the cool thing is, you don't have no child support. And you can have as many as you want. It don't work out, all right, strap that one, let's do another one. But you can have as many businesses as you want. So think like that. We have to think just like the guy said. I mean, when someone got something, hey man, we got to show support. Like, I don't know, tell me what happened. What did they do to persuade us, to manipulate us, to stop spending our money with our own people and start spending our money with people who told us to go around the back door? Hey, you can't come over here. Don't sit here. We don't want you around us. Now we want to be proud for the sake. Here go my $100. Here go my $200-300. I want a bag from you. I want a purse. I want some jeans. I should be able to do this. I worked hard for this money. I should be able to go in this store and spend my hard working money with the person that was oppressing me. What the fuck? When did we get so messed up in the head? Like, how the fuck did they deceive us like that? What is the media? We need everybody to buy this. Stop shopping with Black Solidarity. We went out of business at a fast growing rate. If you go back in history and look at the time before segregation, there was a lot of black businesses. A lot of black businesses. And you know what? Honestly, with the civil rights things, I believe in civil rights. Because that's what we wanted. We wanted to be able to, we don't want to necessarily go to your stores and shop with you. We just don't want you to fuck with us. Like, if we got a store, why would you get mad and come burn ours down? If we got something on, to me, I think civil rights is more like equal rights, human rights. Hey man, I am a human just like you are. But when it comes to the segregation, I believe when the segregation came in, it was a deception to take the finance, the commerce from our people, because now all of our commerce, all of our money, we giving it to someone who oppressed us, giving it to someone who necessarily, if it was shoe was on the other foot, they would have told us, we don't shop to your kind. We don't sell you things. Or you got to go around the back and get you something. You see what I'm saying? So I just think, man, the reality of it, how do we get deceived to feel that we need to shop with these people? I'm not knocking what anybody do. If I like for instance, I don't know anybody black that makes jeans yet. I like good jeans. Levi's. I'm from the South, so I wear Levi's. I don't wear stupid expensive stuff, but I like Levi's. Now, I know Levi's is a white company. I know Levi's even had a sign on the back of their jeans at one time. I don't know if I ever looked at the new ones I had, the ones I got, and I had them for a little minute now. But they had two horses and a pair of jeans on the back of the horse. This horse is pulling that way. That horse is pulling that way, and it means these jeans are tough. They will not tear apart. And you know who else they did that to? That same example. They did that to us. They tied us up on horses in America, and they ripped our bodies apart with horses in front of other black people to intimidate them and say, hey, this is what's going to happen to you if you try to do whatever it was that they was trying to do, get away, disobey, you know. And it just hit me personally. Once I find a way where I can network with my people on everything that I can purchase, me personally, I'm going to do it because I know that if I have to spend an extra $5, I'm helping them, and I'm not helping a system that's going to be designed to kill me off, wipe my people off, you know. So that's just me personally, you know. And I have mixed kids, and I want to say that because I tell even my kids, y'all are the best of both worlds, you know. One thing that I like about Obama, and I didn't, you know, I support him as being the, you know, the first black president, but he didn't really do nothing for us. But I do like the fact that he was in there, but I know that it was a puppet too, you know. But that showed me one thing. That showed me that they would accept our kids. Obama's mama's white, his dad black. My kids' mama white, their dad's black. Me. And it just let me know that they'll have an opportunity that I never get a chance to experience. But that's okay. But I know that opportunity that they get, they just got to remember us. See, Obama, he went in, he thought about his immediate family, if you ask me. But he didn't really do nothing for black people. He did things for the gay community, he did things for gun, right? He did things for all. But when it came to specifically his origin of reason of being here, because the seed is through the male. So his daddy gave him the seed. He's black because of the seed. The mom is the carrier. He did nothing for them directly, specifically, you know. And I just think that we in a world where it's going to be like that because it's predominantly white, and he felt like I got to keep the predominantly rule on my side. Like, we are the minorities and we steady dying off. So why worry about someone that doesn't matter, that doesn't got any power, that don't got any money, that's not in the politics thing? We don't even have no senators that we own, you know. But I think that's going to have to change for us to really have some power numbers and really do something in America. We're going to have to own something, you know, put our money together and just take our time and stop buying into the fashion of those who are meant to destroy us and keep us broke and keep our families and our communities down. Like, we just got to switch that up personally. I think that's going to be a personal struggle because we like certain things. We like American things that we think that we can't go without. But there's someone else that's doing the same product that looks like you, that can give you close to the same deal, if not the same deal. But you got to remember that a lot of things for us when we getting started a lot harder. We got higher fees. We have to figure out our own market, our own system, because things are kind of messed up. Yes, it has convinced us that the white market holds the luxuries of life. Yep. Yes, that's brainwashing, brother, just like you said. And it's not true. Like, it's so many black businesses that got the same thing that we need to offer. I just feel like we just got to shop with us. You know, we can shop with them. I'm not knocking that, but I'm just saying when it comes to the majority of the time, we need to shop with us 85% of the time, 80% of the time. You ever heard that saying, man, don't leave your 80 for a 20. Don't do it. You know what I mean? Don't do it. You know, keep your 80. She might have 20%, got some issues, is what it is. You got to think, though, we was raised in America, and America raised us to be dumb. They didn't want us to be educated. They didn't want us to learn, so they can mock us. You know, you go back and look at the movies, you go back and look at the literature, like, they didn't want us to learn. What, if you go back and look at different people who got oppressed and enslaved, they wasn't not able to learn. They wasn't not able to read and to say their names. They didn't take their culture. They just said, hey, you got to work for us. Talk to so-and-so. No, the white man said, we don't want you to talk like that. I'm going to beat you till you don't talk at all if you're going to talk like that. I don't want to hear that around us. Or I'm going to beat you. I'm going to kill you in front of this. I'm going to whoop you if you drop an egg. Damn. Like, why did they hate us so damn much? Sometimes I just ask myself that question, like, why do the white man hate the black man so much? Like, so much. Like, to the extreme. But you'll say, oh, no, it ain't like that. Yes, it is. You about to get, yes, it is. Don't be deceived, man, sometimes I just ask myself, you know what? I even said to somebody, and I mean this. I'm gonna make this statement again. That when it's my time to go home and finally meet God, if I had one question to ask Him, that would be my question. Why did the white man hate us so much? Why did he want to kill us? Why did he didn't want us to learn? Why did he rape us? And rape not only our women, but rape our man in front of the women. They rape the man in front of women to say, we run the household. Ain't that some shit? Your woman got to watch you get raped by this white man in front of you, and ain't nothing neither of y'all can do but accept it. She can hold you and say it's gonna be okay. Let me put something on it. Man, damn. Ain't that some shit? That's hard to swallow, man. And being in Georgia, right down the street from where my aunt is, I walked to the gas station. Not the gas station, but McDonald's to get me some coffee, and I seen a rebel flag hanging up like high, like he was flying it high on this one block, right? And I just made me think how, I'm in the South right now. I'm in the South right now. But there's benefits here, negatives to being here, of being, living in this type of area. The land space is gorgeous, the trees, there's a lot of great benefits. But one thing that I don't like about the South, and people don't even consider the Atlanta part of the South. It's just, oh man, that's a city, but it's still, even though it's a lot of black businesses, a lot of mecca growing there, I still am uneasy with the South. Like, I can come here, but it's like, man, it's different. And now I understand why the slaves, that once they got out, they left. And I'm from a portion of the South where the southeast Arkansas actually, where the cotton and rice is, where a lot of my family, I realized a lot of my family that was there in these small towns, they was sharecroppers, slaves that didn't leave, that decided to stay and work off the land. And I was raised in well, I ain't gonna say I was raised there completely, but I grew up there, in Reed, Arkansas. I want y'all to, if you ever get a chance, to look that little town up. Very, very small town. I think the population is under 400 people. And, one thing I noticed about that town growing up, it hit me later, I noticed growing up that this town was all black. It's a little bitty town, but it's all black. Nobody white stay in this town. Now, they might do now, but maybe somebody black got a white person there, but I never seen somebody like families. Never seen a white family here. Now, Tiller, white families. I see some in Winchester, in certain parts. But you know what I noticed? That little bitty town was like the slave headquarters. You know how they'll have, or all the slaves that stay when they go to work in the fields and work. That's what that little town started out being like. That's like, this is the cottages for the slaves. And then it ended up turning into a town they named Reed. And like, it had a black sheriff, black police, black judge. I remember actually my cousin used to be over, named Campbell, used to be over one part of the city hall there. And just a small town. But it just let me know how we was manipulated and forced to be in certain situations in the South. And I grew up thinking that it was okay. I didn't know no better, But until I got to learning about the history of the town and about what they did and how it was constructed. I'm from a cotton field. I even chop cotton. Just for those who don't know, I think I was one of the last generations of my time. I'm 40 years old now, and I chopped cotton, and I was like, ooh, 10, 11, 12, I think. I think I stopped before 12. I think 12 I was in the streets. 12 and 13 I was in the streets. But before, I think 10, 9, I was going out there with my mom. And that's how I got my school clothes for a few years. I went out there and chopped cotton. We laughed in the field, listened to the songs, the hymn. Like, I experienced that. And I didn't even know what I was doing. I was just out there with my mom trying to make some school money. We had moved back to Arkansas. My dad was on drugs, so My mom was trying to do whatever she could, and the lady asked, said that I could come and make money, and she asked me. She didn't like force me. She said, "Joe, you want to come make some money?" I'm like, "Yeah, I want to make." I always been willing to help, and I always was cool to go out there with my mom, but she was out there too. So my mom was out there working, and I was out there with her, and that's how we got our money, man. And I remember going out there prideful, head up on the back of this truck. This old lady used to come pick us up, take us out to these cotton fields in the south, out there in, I think it was Helen, not Helena, but Helen, I think the name of this little town on the outskirts of Arkansas City and McGee. But it was like all country spots out there where it was a lot of cotton. And they'll take us out to one field and drop us off, and we'll clean this field and go to the next row. Like, it was unreal. And I didn't think on how degrading that was. And being from that era, look at me. I'm 40 years old, man. Don't really look like it, but I got a chance to experience that. I seen that part of the slavery of the South. And being here in Georgia now just makes me think, like, you know what? Things are always going to be what it is in the South. Yes, things are changing, but the primary goal of the South, I think, is always going to be the same. And that's why I understand why a lot of our ancestors left the South to go past that line, past that Dixie line, to have a better life. It was a little bit more open thinkers. They didn't really want to just hold you down. They didn't want to hold us down as a black people. They didn't have no issue. Now, true enough, you had some that did. Don't get me wrong. But on the majority scale, you could actually live your own life. You had to make your own boots and your boot strings. So they told them, say, "Oh man, pull yourself up. We ain't had no boots. We barefooted, so we had to make some boots. We put some screens in them, but we could do that better in the north and the west, And that's how, even now to this day, I know that when it's all said and done, that's where I'm gonna be at, in the west or north, not in the south. I was born here, but I don't wanna die here. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be real with you. The South is just something else, man. It just puts the way the people think, the mentality, of some people. But this morning, like I said, man, I just really want to come to you, just talk a little bit, talk about the early bird getting the worm, us coming together, sticking together, making things happen, messing with people, man. That's about actions. If you want to see if someone you messing with or someone you want to invest in, make sure they're about actions. Check their records. Don't just go off of what somebody tell you. See what they doing. Are they living what they asking you to invest in or do or whatnot? Or, we just got to be able to, do some homework. And if the person is truthful and they're 100 and they really giving back and they trying to do something different, them the ones we need to invest in, man. But I watched that brother walk off that show this morning. I don't think it was this morning when it happened, but I watched it this morning. And he said that I couldn't see myself doing this interview knowing what's going on. I think that it's best for me not to do this. He took the microphone off, set everything down, and like, I'm out. And one of the guys in there was like, I respect that. He was like, I can't sit here and talk about these issues like there's nothing going on. I'm a black man. I'm frustrated. This could happen to me. Like, this is unreal here. Like, when can we say stop? Then, you get to a point where they tried to ban the chokeholds in New York or somewhere, and all the police or something said they boycott. We gonna quit if we can't choke nobody. Okay, well, let's just lay that back down. Y'all, this stuff is serious out here. Oh my goodness. Well, it looks like it's starting to rain again. I can hear it. My aunt got this tin roof over here on her little shed. She got a nice little shed, and you can hear the rain hit the top of the roof. And she got this day room in the front back here. It's pretty neat. See, it's like a day room, and it's glass all around. And these are the type of windows that like fold out and fold in. They do all the type of cool stuff. But it's like a room that's fully like a lounge room. They got the tin roof on the top of this room, so you can hear it when it rains there. But it's pretty neat though. She got a nice little setup. I'm actually up here on the top of the deck, and even got her little tree house out there. That's pretty neat, ain't it? She got a nice little setup. My aunt, she did retire from the military. She did, I want to say 22, 23 years in the Army, and she retired. And she's doing good. She's doing good now. Just focusing, trying to figure out her life, what she want to do. She wants some traveling to still do. She want to visit some people. And so my goal is to just enjoy the rest of our existence together. You know what I mean? We just got united, so that's why I'm up here. I wanted to come up here and meet her and talk to her. We have uh, hold some good conversations, and she have showed support for the movement. And you know what's so crazy? That you have certain people that, you know how that's an old scripture that says when you lose your family, God would give you another family. You know, and I believe that because I have had people come in my life and that showed me love and has hugged me and embraced me better than my own family. And it's humbling when you see that and when you experience that, because naturally you want those you know to love you, those you love to love you, and then you have a stranger that said, hey, I know I'm not that person, but I love you the same. You know what I mean? I want to see you prosper. I want to see you grow. How can I assist you? Hey, let's make something happen. Let's put our minds together. And to me, it's humbling when you have someone that doesn't owe you anything, that's not connected to you, that's not, it's not obligated to your success, but they want to make sure you succeed. You know, I think that's, words. You can't even express something like that. You can't even explain how you feel about something like that. But I have witnessed it, and I have met some good brothers, I met some good sisters, and some of them have been blood, and some of them have been blood family that I haven't seen in a while. This alarm just went off on the phone. I don't know what happened, y'all. Well, needless to say, this thing probably gonna.